Welcome to the deep dive. We're plunging into some really fascinating source material today,
Yeah.
trying to unearth those hidden gems, those insights that can genuinely change how you think.
Yeah, and today is pretty special. We're tackling this massive distillation of wisdom from, honestly, some of the top global performers out there.
Exactly. Think of it as a shortcut, right?
Mhm.
A way to get incredibly well informed fast.
That's the idea. Our source is this amazing compilation, Titan's Toolkit for Health, Wealth, and Wisdom. It pulls from what, over 100 world-class people?
Over 100, yeah.
Huh.
Billionaires, athletes, scientists, artists, entrepreneurs, the whole gamut. All from Tim Ferriss's podcast interviews. It's over 600 pages packed with their tactics and mindsets.
It really is a treasure trove.
And our mission really is to give you that shortcut we mentioned. We're going to pull out the most crucial bits, the real nuggets, structured around healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Which is a cool framework, actually. Reminds you of Benjamin Franklin, doesn't it? That classic wisdom.
Totally.
Yeah.
So the goal is you walk away not just informed, but maybe with a few surprising facts, a couple of those aha moments.
Yep,
Oh.
moments that make it stick, yeah.
All right, let's get into it. Let's unpack this thing. Okay, first up, healthy. Because, let's be honest, if you don't have that foundation, that physical and mental well-being, well, everything else is harder.
It really is the bedrock.
Yeah.
And the book hammers this home. Top performers absolutely prioritize it.
So, thinking about their routines, what really jumped out at you? Anything counterintuitive or maybe something that just seemed universal?
You know, what struck me again and again was the focus on the first hour. That first hour after waking up. It's not about rushing out the door.
Right.
It's deliberate, almost sacred, you could say. So many of them have these specific rituals. Meditation is huge, obviously. Journaling comes up a lot. Hydration, and immediately drinking water, sometimes a whole liter. And some kind of movement, stretching, light exercise.
It's like they're designing the day before it even starts. Proactive, not reactive.
Exactly, that intentionality. It's not just stumbling into the day.
And some of those physical practices are pretty specific, aren't they? I mean, things like the 5 Tibetans or the Wim Hof method kept popping up.
They did, and these are just fads. People are adopting them for real benefits, like energy, resilience.
Yeah, hearing about Wim Hof doing his breathing in freezing water makes my morning coffee seem, well, pretty tame.
Yeah, it does put things in perspective, but it highlights that discipline over comfort thing, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And then diet keto, fasting.
Hmm.
They seem really common, especially in the tech and athlete crowds.
Very prevalent. It connects back to that discipline, but also to optimizing performance, which leads right into sleep.
Ah, sleep. They call it sleep as a weapon.
They do, because it's not just about feeling rested. It's about cognitive function, emotional stability, decision-making. It's a competitive edge.
So they're actively optimizing sleep, not just hoping for the best.
Totally. Using tools, Blue light blocking glasses are common, chili pads to control bed temperature precisely, magnesium supplements for deeper rest. It's all about maximizing that recovery time.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
And this all seems to tie into a bigger concept that runs through the whole book, the minimal effective dose, or MED.
Yes. MED. Such a key idea.
Can you break that down a bit? It's not just about doing less, is it?
No, not really. It's about figuring out the least amount of effort required to get the result you want. The minimum needed for maximum impact. Don't do more than necessary.
So efficiency, but also sustainability.
Exactly. It applies everywhere. Exercise, learning, work. Why waste energy on things that give diminishing returns? Find the leverage points, nail those down.
It prevents burnout too, I imagine. Frees up mental space.
Precisely. That's how they maintain high output long term. They find their MED. Like Jocko Willink getting up at 4:30 a.m. to train. That's his MED for discipline and readiness.
Or Wim Hof in the ice. Not comfortable, but incredibly effective for him.
Right. Leveraged results from focused, often uncomfortable effort.
Okay, so from building that resilient self, let's pivot. Let's talk wealthy. This is the section on money, business investing, leveraging time. What stood out here?
Well, connecting to that idea of resilience, Nassim Taleb's barbell strategy is fascinating.
Ah, the barbell.
Okay.
Explain that one. It sounds odd.
It does, but it's about managing risk. You basically put, say, 90% of your resources into extremely safe, almost boring investments. Think cash, short-term bonds. Very secure.
Okay, the safe end of the barbell.
Exactly. Then, with the remaining 10%, you go for extreme risk. Highly speculative bets. Things that could potentially give you massive, 100x returns. Early-stage startups, that kind of thing.
So maximum safety combined with maximum calculated risk. avoiding the middle ground.
Precisely. It protects you from ruin while still giving you exposure to huge upsides. It's about surviving the unexpected black swan events, but also benefiting from the positive ones.
That really does flip the script on typical balanced portfolio advice. Very interesting.
It is. Another really practical bit of advice is scratch your own itch.
Right, people like Chris Sacca, Derek Sivers.
Yeah. They built businesses to solve problems they personally had. It means you deeply understand the problem, you care about the solution, and you're essentially your first customer.
Gives it authenticity. You're not just chasing a market trend.
Exactly. And related to investing, Naval Ravikant's ideas come up a lot. Long-term thinking.
And asymmetric bets, right. Limited downside, huge potential upside. Sounds a bit like the barbell again.
It's a similar philosophy. It's not just gambling, though. It's about understanding leverage, probability, positioning yourself to benefit from rare, high-impact opportunities without blowing up. It's calculated.
And how do they find the time for this kind of thinking and these kinds of bets?
Well, that's where automation and delegation come in huge.
Virtual assistants, tools.
Yes. VAs are mentioned frequently. Tools like Rescue Time to track where time goes, project management stuff like Trello or Notion. Anything to outsource or automate repetitive, low-value work.
Because time is the ultimate resource. You have to free it up.
Time is leverage. And another angle on this is the 1,000 true fans idea.
Kevin Kelly's concept. You don't need millions of customers.
Right. Just 1,000 really dedicated fans who love what you do and will buy pretty much anything you create. It makes building a sustainable, creative career feel much more achievable. Focus on depth, not just breadth.
Which requires focus.
Yeah.
And that reminds me of Derek Sivers again. If it's not a hell yes, it's a no.
Such a powerful filter. It's about ruthless prioritization, protecting your time and energy for the things that truly matter, the things that are a hell yes, saying no effectively.
So you can picture like a young entrepreneur using these ideas, automating their online store, maybe freeing up time.
Yeah, and thinking like Naval that money's main purpose is freedom. Freedom to work on what you want when you want, not just status or stuff.
It's a much healthier perspective on wealth building, I think, designing your life. Okay, let's move to the third pillar, whys. This gets into the philosophies, the mindsets, the emotional resilience strategies. What's the big theme here?
For me, it was just how dominant Stoicism is. It feels like this undercurrent running through so many of these high achievers.
Yeah, it really does. Tim Ferriss himself, many guests. Marcus Aurelius' Meditations gets name-dropped constantly.
And it's not about being cold or emotionless, right? It's more about understanding what's in your control and what isn't.
Right. Focusing your energy on your actions, your judgments, your responses, not external events you can't influence.
Exactly. It's like a practical operating system for dealing with chaos, with uncertainty, with difficult situations, maintaining that inner calm, that rationality.
And building on that practically is Tim Ferriss's fear-setting exercise. I love this one.
Oh, it's brilliant. Such a useful tool. Instead of just setting goals for what you want,
you map out your fears. What's the worst that could happen if you tried something? Define it.
Define it. Figure out how you could prevent it, how you could repair the damage if it did happen.
And suddenly the fear seems much less daunting. You've looked it in the eye. It's about acting, despite fear, not waiting for fear to disappear.
It defangs the fear, like you said, makes taking action possible. Another big one, surprisingly simple, is journaling.
Just writing stuff down.
Yeah. Almost all of them do it in some form. Morning pages, gratitude lists, just reflecting on problems. It's a way to clarify thinking, process emotions, solve problems even, like having a conversation with yourself.
And they use powerful questions too, don't they, to kind of jolt their thinking.
Oh, definitely. Questions like, what would this look like if it were easy?
Which forces you away from complexity towards simplicity.
Right. Or, what if I did the opposite for 48 hours? Just ways to break out of ruts, challenge your own assumptions.
And learning, reading, is obviously huge for them. But maybe not just consuming vast amounts.
Exactly. They read widely, but often deeply. Ryan Holiday pushing the obstacle is the way, which is pure applied stoicism.
Turning challenges into opportunities.
Yeah. Or Josh Waitzkin talking about reading slowly, really dissecting a text to absorb it fully. It's about integration, not just information gathering.
Building those mental models. And then there's this idea, this kind of paradox. Letting go of the outcome.
Paradox of control. Yeah. You focus all your energy on the process, on the effort, on doing the work consistently and well.
And you detach from the specific result, because that's often outside your direct control anyway.
Precisely. It reduces anxiety, keeps you focused on what you can do, which is the work itself, day in and day out.
It's freeing in a way.
It really is. You can picture someone like Ryan Holiday reading Seneca from 2,000 years ago, then maybe reading Seth Godin on modern marketing.
And blending it all together. Ancient wisdom, modern insights.
That's the wise part, I think. Building that rich tapestry of understanding from diverse sources.
Okay, so let's try to synthesize this. If you boil down everything from tools of titans, healthy, wealthy, wise, what are the core overarching lessons?
I think the first big one is systems over goals. Build reliable habits and processes. The journey, the system is often more important than the destination itself.
Right. Don't just aim for the finish line. Build the engine to get you there reliably.
Exactly. Second, time equals leverage. You absolutely have to guard your time. Automate, delegate, eliminate non-essentials. It's your most precious asset.
Got it. Third.
Health is the foundation. Seems obvious, but it's critical. Without energy, focus, resilience, wealth and wisdom are harder to attain and utilize. It powers everything.
Makes total sense. What else?
Fourth, be courageous, or maybe manage fear effectively. Use tools like fear setting. Most big wins come from stepping outside the comfort zone, taking calculated risks.
The comfort zone is where potential stagnates.
Okay.
And fifth,
constant learning and experimentation. The best performers never think they've arrived. They're always tweaking, learning, trying new things. Life is a lab.
those are powerful takeaways. But if you had to pick just one lesson, maybe the single most potent idea from the entire book.
Oh, tough one. But I think it boils down to this. Don't follow the path, blaze your own.
Explain that. Why is that the ultimate lesson?
Because so many of these successful individuals didn't just climb the established ladder better than others, they questioned the ladder itself.
They didn't just play the game well. They often changed the game or invented a new one.
Exactly. They questioned the default settings, college, career paths, how things should be done. They actively reverse engineered a life that fit them, their strengths, their values.
They designed their existence rather than just accepting a prepackaged one.
That's it, perfectly. It's about self-authorship, about intentional design. Not conforming, but creating.
Which leads us nicely to our final thought for you, the listener.
Yeah, something to chew on.
How can you apply this principle, blazing your own path in your life right now? Where are you following a script, maybe, that wasn't written by you?
How did you start questioning some of that conventional wisdom, those default paths?
And begin, even in small ways, to design your life more deliberately, more authentically. It's a big question.
A powerful one to end on.